Hi, and surprise, it's a Friday video. Jim and I were just discussing, why don't we do a Friday supper video where we just, every once in a while when I come home from work on a Friday and I'm really tired, we just go out and pick something off the shelf, bring it in, and we make a meal. But how about if we shared those meals with you, how we use our food storage? And we're not going to be canning, we're not going to be dehydrating, we're just going to be showing you how we use some of our things. And so tonight, bean and bacon soup. Did you hear me? I said bacon. We haven't had bacon around here for months and months, so it's going to be a celebration Friday dinner. So we're not going to waste any time. We're going to get right to it. The first thing that I'm going to do is turn my little pot on here, and I have about 5 or 6 strips of bacon that have been cut. Jim cut them into 1-inch strips for me. We're going to cook this until it is crisp. Meanwhile, we are rehydrating 1/4 cup each of mirepoix veggies, which is always onions, carrot, and celery. These are from our dehydrated veggies that we always have, or at least always try to have on hand. And then we are going to be using 1/4 of the
northern beans?
Yeah, great northern beans that we canned in a recent video. So we're going to be using all of these from our food storage. The bacon, Jim picked up at the store today because it's such a treat. We usually don't have that on hand. And then we're just going to be using some other seasonings and flavorings that we have on hand. So I'm going to go ahead and cook this bacon until it is nice and crispy, and then we will come back. I have half the bacon out here and the other half still in the pot. I poured off some of the bacon fat. There's about 2 tablespoons left in there. Here's the mirepoix, so I'm going to add that. And because we have rehydrated this, these are already soft. So we're just going to stir them around a little bit. There's a lot of bacony goodness stuck to the bottom of the pan. So we're going to let the veggies share some of their liquid and help get that bacony flavorings off the bottom of the pan. Just heat these up a bit. And we are going to empty in this entire quart of Great Northern beans with all of its liquid, which of course is mostly congealed. And getting these out of the jars is tricky because they get crushed. It's part of what happens when we can beans. I want this to be soup, so it needs to have the consistency of soup. It's going to be a very pretty soup. And we're only going to cook this just until everything heats through and the flavors blend. So probably about 10 minutes. A little bit more soupy. Now, while it heats up, I'm going to add some other flavors to it. I'm going to put in a bay leaf. Bay leaf pieces. And a bay leaf. I'm going to put in about a couple of tablespoons of tomato paste. I really love the flavor that tomato paste gives to these soups. It just enriches the flavor. Not enough to really taste very tomatoey, which is fine, but enough to make it just deep and rich. Oh, this just looks heavenly. And of course, you can doctor this any way you want to. I will add this particular recipe to our bean recipes. So give me a couple of days to get to that, and then I'll be happy to do it. I'm going to add just a little bit of garlic, minced garlic, always good, about 2 cloves worth. And about half a cup of diced cherry tomatoes. Oh, pretty, pretty, pretty. I'm going to put the lid on this. We're going to let it simmer for a few minutes and we'll be back. Easy peasy, wonderful meal. It's all done, so I'm going to be dishing up supper for us. Friday night supper. I snuck a little taste. It is so yummy. The vegetables add such a nice touch. The bacon flavor is strong. Get rid of the bay leaf there. And I'm going to sprinkle some extra bacon on the top. Jim loves bacon, and I am not far behind. And topping it off is ciabatta bread. We just took this out of the freezer and Jim thawed it. It's nice and warm. So this will be a lovely, lovely supper for us. The funniest thing happened. We got distracted by dishing up the food. We turned the camera off and went and had our dinner. Jim came back for seconds, and then we got to thinking, did we ever close out the video? And we hadn't. So we're coming back to close out the video and can report that that is some mighty good soup. Did you like it, Jim?
Oh, definitely. I had it twice.
Yes, and I think the key word there is bacon, because he loves bacon so much. So we're happy that you joined us today, and we will be doing these Friday supper videos on occasional Fridays, not every time, but once in a while when we're going out to our food storage to get things to put together a quick meal. So thanks for joining us, and we will see you next time.